Aloha, it's 365 Real Estate Minute.
With Julie and Eric Zemelis, and behind us is the Pacific Ocean because we are in Discovery Harbor today.
And today we're going to do two things for you. One, we're going to quickly just describe the lot that we're selling because you guys might be interested. And then the second is we're going to go over the pros and cons of Discovery Harbor and maybe even the idea of building a house here.
Right. So a lot of you guys don't realize that Discovery Harbor is in the south portion of Hawaii Island, and it is kind of like undiscovered gem. So let's get to it.
Okay, so here we are at our lot here in Discovery Harbor. It is at 1,100 foot elevation, and the size of the lot is 140 feet by 100, and it has an ocean view, and it is ready to be built on, and we have county water here and sewer as well.
Right. Hey, Eric, tell them about the price.
Okay, and the price is $99,000.
Which is actually just in line with all the other pricing in this area. And the owner actually owns another house nearby, and he loves Discovery Harbor. You would say, why is Julie and Eric coming down to Discovery Harbor when they usually sell houses in Kona? Because this guy loves this place so much. He said, please sell my lot because I love it, and I think someone else is going to have a great life in this lot. So.
Yeah, so we thought we'd give you a little bit of pros and cons of that life, of what it'd be like to...
to live life here. Okay, so what we're going to talk about for Discovery Harbor is really location, weather, cost, water availability, the golf course, building, community, shopping, communication, jobs, healthcare, and schools. All the things that you need to know about lifestyle in the area.
I'd say that's a pretty good lifestyle. Well, all right, so let's hear. All right, start. Number one, location.
Right.
Okay, so I'll start with the pros of the location, definitely. Okay. First of all, we have a great ocean view here, right? You can see it right before, maybe it's it's a kind of a cloudy day, so you might be able to see this good. So, and it is, I would say the location is also, it's an hour and 10 minutes away from Kona, so that could be a benefit or a pro or a con on that one, but I'm going to call it a pro because it's not too far away, but you are in a world of a different place here, and it is a quiet location as well.
Right, and also you're almost equidistant to Hilo as well. Mm-hmm. So you're basically right in the middle, and also the location puts you not that far from Volcanoes National Park if you like doing the volcano thing. Also, it's near Nahalehu, which is a growing little town, and also we're right in the heart of Ka'u coffee country. And so if you love coffee, Ka'u is some of the best coffee you're going to find anywhere.
And why is the Ka'u coffee so good, Julie?
Did you know that Pahala, which is not that far from here, actually means ash? There is 500 feet of volcanic ash in this area, creating one of the most fertile soils for growing coffee than almost any place else in the nation.
So I would say that would be a good place for a garden is what I see out here.
Right, and so that's another thing too, that if you want to get into the coffee industry, obviously you're just like, it's like right all around you. And also this place is also great for getting up and going bike riding up along Nahalehu. The gentleman who owns this lot goes out bike riding a lot, and that's when he's actually contacted us to begin with. Mm-hmm. He saw our videos and he said, have you gotten a chance to actually ride your bike up and around Pahala? And we're like, no, we haven't tried that yet. And it's like miles of open space with a beautiful view at the top. So I'd say that you can have an active lifestyle here too. And we're going to go into golf courses. But in terms of like the location again, is that if you do want to be a place where there's not a lot of fog, that there's not a lot of industry, that there is people who are growing organic farms around here, this is a really great place for that as well.
Okay, so let me since I've done the pro, let me do a con as well.
Okay, do a con. Okay,
the con is it's still an hour and something away from Kona, and it's also a little farther away from Hilo. So it is a little bit out there, but it could be, like I said, that could go either way.
Right.
All right,
which then, if you go from that, then you go right smack into the weather. That we have an opportunity to be in a place where it's not too hot, like sometimes down in Kona can be.
Yep.
It's not too rainy and tropical, like it can be in Hilo.
Yep.
You are in a place that has water that is run by the county, right? Mm-hmm. So you're not waiting for catchment. So it is a little bit drier out here if you're not really into the whole wet environment experience. And what else would you say?
Yeah, I was just saying it's a temperate climate is how I would describe it. I would say I would give it a con for the weather though. It can get windy down here. That is definitely. Last time we were here, it was like you'll see some drone shots here. Man, my drone's like. Yeah, that's some of the downfalls, but not all the time, just occasionally, you know what I mean?
Right. And so it doesn't get too hot nor too cold.
Right.
And also, we got to talk about with location too. It's on lava zone 6. So if you don't want to go for affordability in a risky lava zone like 1 and 2, and you don't want to have to live in East Hawaii on lava zone 3, you can come up here, and Discovery Harbor basically is like this little shape of never to be hit lava. So your insurance rates aren't going to be as high either if you decide to buy a house here too.
There you go. Good job for weather. Okay.
So Good job for weather. Is that one into thing? Okay, so let's talk about cost.
All right, costs.
Right.
You want to talk about just all right. So in general, a pro would be that of course it's much cheaper than building up north in Kona, right?
Right.
I think a typical lot in Kona is probably around the 400 range if you can find one.
Yeah, in our neighborhood it was 700.
Yeah, well, okay, that's so special.
So affordability, people are looking for it. This place offers it. You can get a kit home and build here. We'll talk about building in a second. But the fact is that because you're not starting with a high land price, it keeps the price of housing down.
Yeah, and this is, cost is fairly easy to get to here. We're not, off some beaten road that you have to, drive way out there on. So delivery shouldn't be too big of a deal. We're in a golf course subdivision. It works out pretty well. So I would say bringing a cost at a reasonable amount.
Speaking of golf courses, I know that's near the end of the thing. We were just talking about this though because it's behind us.
Yeah.
Golf course is not that expensive to be a member of.
Okay, so the pros are there's hardly only a few players are playing on it. The cons of the golf course is that it is not really a professionally maintained golf course.
Okay, it's not an Arnold Palmer Mauna Kea golf course. No, it's not. However,
so take your pick on it. Okay,
right. But it offers an opportunity to get some exercise.
Yeah.
The owner of this place also says that people will also walk their dogs on there, taking care of the dogs as well, and also they were able to walk at sunset and at sunrise. So it's a nice, clear experience, and then the golf course has amazing views up to the mountains and also across the ocean. So let's talk about the community in general.
All right.
Okay, so we've got a clubhouse, and it has a bar, and it is also a place where food trucks come to as well.
Yeah, kind of together. Both times we've been here, there's been lots of people hanging out there. So it looks like that's the community spot down here.
Right, and they also have a community house where they also do different kinds of like holiday events, like Easter brunches and things like that. So there's the clubhouse for the golf course that does the drinks and the the area around where you can get ready for a golf game or just hang out with your friends, and the food trucks. And then across the street is the community center, which has the opportunities for community building events and events, just for.
So in general, a nice small community down here, for what it is, and it's always good to have community, as Julie always says. Without community, where are you going with it? Right,
because there's and a lot, since there's this isn't like a really teeny small community. There's actually hundreds of people who live here. So and also just so just history, a lot of these houses were actually built about 25 years ago.
Yeah.
And so they came in and they really built a bunch of houses all at the same time to create the actual community.
And how do they build these houses? That was the other interesting part.
Yeah.
Okay, so when this subdivision was really getting going, and that was in the 80s, they did an HPM made prefabricated homes out by the airport. And from my understanding, I think they've got like 80 of them out here or something like that. Yeah. But they literally drove them down the street all the way from Kona, which is amazing considering how small that road is, and it's a house that we're talking about here. So that was then. But today, HPM still has kit homes that you could purchase, and it's not a kit home in the sense that you got all the lumber pre-cut, but they have all the specs and everything like that. The designs, you come in and it makes it fairly easy to build those things.
And they're an affordable solution to package home plans with options you'll love. And they actually help you with design and also getting your permits, which is one of those things that you want to do. It says avoid the headaches and hassles. And they are meticulously concepted, masterfully designed with over 20 different home plans. And there's one ready for you. So that's what some people are doing in terms of the affordable, cracking that nut, is they get that done, and that way you don't have to hire an architect. You don't have to come out here and wonder what the heck's going on. You're always having professionals use that. And we are not sponsored by HPM. Okay, so one aspect of life on a rural island is, you might be thinking, is shopping. So there's not an actual shopping center here in Discovery Harbor. In fact, what they have done here is they actually are actively not putting businesses here on this subdivision because they want to maintain a small environment. They don't want this to get too big. So 5 minutes down the street is Nahulehu, and it has its own shopping little district.
All right, wait. So I'll do a con of that.
Okay.
I would not say it's the biggest town in the world. They do have an Ace Hardware there too, and they do have a couple of restaurants, and they do gas, and they have a gas station. So we're good, but it's not huge. It's definitely a small town.
Right. So that's another thing too, that this is for rural living, my friends. But some people who do want to escape the crazy from the mainland, and they want to get away, and they want to be in a just a more quiet atmosphere. There's a lot of retirees here because they can get their quiet during the winter time with a nice weather, and then they can go back and shop all they want wherever they were from.
That's right.
Also, people can drive to Costco. It's not, you know, people do that.
An hour and 10 minutes. That's
right.
where Costco
And then you
is.
do your Costco run as you do all your other things. You know, you get next to the beach and stuff. But definitely, that's another thing why it's affordable. Is just because some of the lack of services. But then let's also talk about, in terms of services, let's talk about healthcare.
Healthcare. Oh, that's always a hot topic everywhere we go. All right. So, good news. I'll say a pro to this place. There is a hospital not so far, about 20 minutes away. Pahala has a hospital, which is
it's called the Ka'u Hospital.
And they do have some clinics there for various different things. And then again, you've got Hilo on one side and you got Kona on the other. So I would say it's not too bad here, considering there are some places that are much worse than that.
Yeah, in fact, a little factoid: our own Governor Josh Green actually served time as a resident over here at the Ka'u Hospital as well. And again, the services that you can get if you need specialized care, again, you're an hour and 10 minutes from Hilo, which has amazing health care. But the concept here too is the fact that we always talk about coming healthy, and you can eat healthier too. But again, as you can see, we're going to have a little video. When you're on your way in here, there's little farm stands on the way in from the main road. Also in Nahalehu, there's also places to get fresh fruits and vegetables as well. And also you're eating, you know, again, drinking the best coffee in the world. So just there's a healthier lifestyle to be had here as well. Okay.
All right, so let's talk about communications. And the good news here is is that they do have Spectrum here, and they do have a fast fast cable. So internet is not a problem here. And you want to talk about what's happening on the island?
Yeah, so they're also working on bringing fiber optics around the whole island. So that brings more opportunities for, did you say uploading?
Uploading. Uploading is much faster on fiber optics than it is for the cable.
Yeah, and that works for people who, like Eric, who have to upload massive amounts of video to the internet.
It has taken hours off my time, I'll say that. That's been great.
And also there's Starlink.
Yep.
Right? So we're talking about that communication stream because the next one is jobs.
All right, so bad news, well, con, is that there are not a lot of jobs around here because we're kind of in the middle of nowhere somewhere. But with all of that communication, you could get a remote job and it would be fine. If they'll let you work completely remotely, then it would be excellent.
Right, which was not the case like 5 years ago. People did not come to Discovery Harbor to work from home, but now they're able to do that. So this is another reason why I think that this place is on the edge of, like, maybe not booming, but being more available to more people because people can actually make a living while they're here.
Right.
Where I think that a lot of people came here to retire in the very beginning because that's all they really could do. But if you do come, it gives you those opportunities to also connect more fully with your people that you love back home as well. Because I can actually do FaceTime because I tried that, and also we've done all kinds of like work on our phones right here on this lot. So you could
with the cell service. So the cell service is good here too. On top of that. Okay, so then after you got your job, you got your family, then you got some kids.
Right.
And okay, so there are schools around here. There is the high school is down in Pahala. It's 20 minutes away from there, which is definitely pretty good. And I know that Na'alehu's got an elementary school and probably I'm not quite sure about the junior high.
Probably around there.
Yeah,
so, it's on the right hand side. Right.
So that's that. So you are not going too far. The people in Ocean View end up going back into Kona for school. So that is not quite the most appropriate
and some of the
thing.
high school kids from Ocean View all the way come down to Pahala too.
But in general, I would say that this area is more geared towards adults and not so much kids for what it is.
Yeah, there's no playgrounds around here. It's the adult playground of playing golf. So if you want to teach your kids how to play golf, there's that. So.
But if you're retiring, this would be an excellent place to be, where it would be.
Yeah, and if you did bring, let's say your grandkids came to visit you, again, it's a great place to jump off from because there's opportunities for them to go to Volcanoes National Park. There's also different things to do around here, you guys. There's the different places that you can hike around here. There's the Kulakai Caverns. If you want to do a little bit of cave dwelling, like, looking, there's caves here, there's lava tubes, guys, that are over 2 miles long. So geology is all around us. And also, like I said, bike riding. And also these streets are so quiet. There's not a lot of traffic here. So kids that wanted to play, like literally in the streets with bike riding around here, it's actually a very safe place. And there's not a lot of, again, it's so quiet here. literally, this is the kind of place that you can let your kids run around in the streets. And so that's the reason I think that a lot of people choose, let's say Discovery Harbor, than other places around the area, because we're not living on a hillside, so you can actually get around on bikes and scooters and golf carts if you're if you want to do the golf court experience. So in that sense, the geography here is actually very good for families and for people who just want a little bit more mobility around the neighborhood.
Okay, so with everything that we've covered here in this little pros and cons here of Discovery Harbor, the question is, in general, do we have a thought of who this might be a good person for? And I know anybody can make anything fit, but there seems to be certain criteria that might fit a little better than others.
Well, first you have to be the kind of person that wants to build their own home. So some people don't find that that's their idea of a good time. But if you're going to buy our lot, that's what you need to do. But there are actually homes for sale here that it's already done and happy and ready to go. But if you want something that's brand new, you can customize it. It's all yours, but you don't want to have to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for the lot to start with. This is a good place for that too.
Yeah, definitely. And then, so the question is, and if it's somebody that would probably be okay, maybe retired might be a little better because of the fact that we're a little bit more farther away from everything, where speed is not that crucial.
Right.
But a good quality life at a reasonable pace.
Right. And also, again, real quick on the fact that it doesn't work for people who love tropical gardening, because you don't see monstera around here, right? It's not going to be somebody probably who loves a good Coqui Frog sonata at night.
It's a little dry for that.
It's a little dry for that. Also, if you don't mind not being this close to a white sand beach, that's okay too, because again, like Kona's not that far and you're actually closer than people who have to come in from East Hawaii. Also, really good for people who literally want to get away from the crazy.
Yeah, I'll say this. It has a very calm feeling.
Very peaceful.
You know what I mean? It's very peaceful. It really feels, one thing about the whole south side of the island, it's different than the north side. North side's got a lot of energy going on. There's movement and things like that. Even Hilo side too. But you come down here and you just feel like, because the world ends. I mean, that's it. There's nothing down there for the next, it goes all the way to the Antarctic. There is nothing out there, and you feel it when you're out here. So it feels very remote.
Yeah.
But you're not.
That's in that sense. This would be a good person too. Somebody who's come to the island a lot and understands how fun it is to have a four-wheel drive vehicle, because the Green Sand Beach experience and South Point is right down the street here. So if you'd like to get away and go to like the Green Sand Beach or go and hang out on the cliffs, again, you're starting right here where the adventure kind of jumps off from this island as well.
We're literally, to get to this subdivision, you're on South Point Road. So that's pretty good.
So if it sounds like something that you want to do, and you want to actually purchase this lot, we will have the information below. And also, if you're just thinking about living in Discovery Harbor, we do have referral real estate partners that can help you purchase a house here. And also, if you guys want to learn more about other houses that might be available, go to our real estate channel, 365hawaiire.com. And then also, if you are just wanting to know more about Hawaii in general, and maybe the lifestyle, we have our 365 Hawaii YouTube channel. And also you can go to 365hawaiiliving.com and join our Ohana. And also, if you guys just want to know more about life and how to move here and everything else, we're open for Zoom calls.
Yeah, we do a lot of Zoom calls with people. It's kind of a starting point for people. So, it's kind of, you have an idea, but you're all, how do I get this, this idea into reality? Well, luckily we've moved here 3 times, so we've got this down pretty well. And the answer is we can kind of direct you just from having a conversation on what might work best for you.
Yeah. Because there's a butt for every seat on this island, guys. I always say it. And everybody's got a different idea of what, when we're saying it's a con, might be a pro to somebody else. So let us know how we can help you, and we'd love to do that. And hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. Leave comments below, and we'll see you on the next round.
And that we say aloha.